Jennifer Lawrence falls for my Oscar recap, coming up next. And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Michael Warbucks Show, where we talk pop culture news and other things that caught my attention. Happy Monday to you, and let's get on with the news. Our first huge stories of the day have to deal with the Oscars last night. The Oscars were hosted last night by Seth MacFarlane, and I honestly felt that he did a great job. Sure, he had this super huge long opening, and he did a couple songs, and he did some songs about boobs, and it also included William Shatner. But overall, I thought he did great. He kept the show moving. He did have some jokes that were like, pfft, but you know, that's what happens. You can't be perfect all the time. Anyways, great job, Seth. Now, moving on to all of the winners last night. I'm only going to cover a few, but if you want to see the full list of winners, that link is down below, along with everything else that we're talking about today. The winner of Best Picture last night was Argo. My opinion, I thought Lincoln was going to sweep the Oscars last night, but, you know, that didn't really happen that way. Best Actor in a Leading Role was Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, and the winner of Actress in a Leading Role last night was Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook. Now, this is when everything about the Oscars turned to Jennifer Lawrence. Why? Because when she went up to go accept her Oscar, she fell. And then she gets up on stage and she goes, look guys, you'll have to give me a standing ovation because I know you just feel bad for me because that was embarrassing. But she handled it like a champion. And also in her post-Oscars interview, one of the reporters was like, hey, what happened? Why did you fall? And she was like, what do you think caused it? I tramped on the fabric on my dress. And then another reporter said, well, what did you think when you fell? And she goes on to say, I thought of a bad word that begins with F, and I can't say that right now. So check out her post-Oscars interview. She is like a smartass and hilarious, and she's beautiful. She might be my new crush. And I've also given you some other links to the wonderful Jennifer Lawrence, like her 10 best Oscar moments last night. Regardless if she's looking like this or if she's doing this, hey, you know what? She's still beautiful to me. Yeah. And finally, if any of you do not watch Jimmy Kimmel last year for the Oscars, he put this compilation, huge fake movie thing together. It was called Movie, the Movie. And this year he had the sequel called Movie, the Movie 2V. And there was a lot of Oscar nominees in it, and it's rather hilarious. So take the time and go watch that. And that's going to be my Oscars recap. Again, everything that you need to know is down in the description below. Enjoy. Next up, for all of you NASCAR fans, at Daytona, there was a huge wreck that left about a dozen to 20 people injured in the stands. Kyle Larson got involved with a crash and his car flipped up into the fencing that protects the fans, but his engine exploded and everything got everywhere, and wow. Also at the link below there is a video from a fan that they took on their cell phone, and I guess this is the kind of stress that people get put under when it's the final lap of the race. I'm not a NASCAR fan, but you know, I bet it's just crazy out there. And finally for today, over the weekend there was a gunman at MIT. No, there wasn't. It was a hoax. The initial report was given to police via the internet, and it was reported that the IP address was linked somewhere in New York, so how in the world could that even be possible that this dude knew? Police got to MIT, they looked around, they couldn't find any gunman that was supposed to be wearing a full body armor and also had a huge shotgun. The campus was locked down. And then after about an hour and a half of them being there, they were saying, hey, you know what, all looks good. But it doesn't even matter. I'm glad there was no gunman, and I'm glad that everybody was safe. And besides, with this being MIT, shouldn't there have been tons and tons of security, and they should have known all this crazy stuff with all their scientific junk and all of that? Do you think they would know this kind of thing? There's another project for you, MIT. All right, guys, that's going to be today's show. Don't forget to leave a comment on the question of the day, which is, if you watched the Oscars last night, what did you think about them? Did you like who won? Did you like Seth MacFarlane? Let me know. Also, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to put in your favorites. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And you guys have a great day. Stay awesome, and I will see you back here tomorrow. We'll see you then, guys.